This is part three of a five-part series on workplace bullying. Now it's time for the most important step, protecting yourself. Your instinct may be to confront the bully immediately, but reacting emotionally can backfire, especially in professional environments. Bullies often deny behavior, reverse blame, and portray a target as difficult or unprofessional. They try to make you the story instead of their behavior. So, respond strategically. The goal isn't to win an argument, it's to protect your health and your career. Documentation is your strongest protection. Start tracking dates and times, what happened, and if there were any witnesses present. Any emails or other messages, and both how and how often it affected your work. This established a pattern of behavior, which is crucial. Be sure to write facts, not emotions. For example, instead of writing, "I felt attacked," write, "My manager raised their voice and criticized my work in a team meeting." Once you have documentation underway, begin setting calm, professional boundaries. For example, you can tell your manager or coworker things like, "I prefer feedback to be shared privately," or "Let's keep communication focused on the project." This demonstrates professionalism and makes clear that you are aware of the behavior. Unfortunately, this may not resolve the issue, so you may need to get human resources involved. For example, if the behavior continues even after boundaries have been set, if your health is affected, or if policies are being violated, it may be time to involve human resources. When going to human resources, it is important to bring your documentation and be clear about the outcomes you are seeking. The next part is somewhat troubling and often the hardest to hear. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to leave, but be sure you have a clear head before making this decision. Some things to consider when deciding whether to stay or leave include whether leadership and human resources ignore the behavior, whether the organizational culture supports the bully, and whether your mental or physical health is declining or you no longer feel safe or valued. Ultimately, whether to leave or stay is a personal choice. We all deserve a healthy workplace. In part 4, we'll talk about why workplace bullying happens and how toxic workplace cultures allow it to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the next part, and be sure to watch the full series playlist.